the fastest way to having a nice, deep sounding voice. The first thing that each one needs to understand is we will all not have the same depth in our voice. That's because we are all physically built different. We don't have the same vocal structure. So some people's voices will be higher, some people's voices will be lower. But we all have a natural depth in our voice. No need to try and make your voice deeper than it can be or than it naturally is. We want to bring out that natural sound. So although there may be varying depths to everyone's voice, everyone has a very sexy voice, and it's about bringing that out. The fastest way to bring out that sexy voice, that natural voice, is by being grounded and speaking from a place of grounding. The reason why you are not speaking in your best voice is because you are not speaking from a place of grounding. Your presence is in your head, or more so in this space up here. So we want to bring that presence back down. As the presence in your physical body rises, so does your vocal presence. And the higher and higher you get in your body and into this spot, the more and more nasally your voice is going to sound. So to bring the presence back down to the lower parts of your body, this is done by breathing. Breathe into the lower lobes of your lungs. Feel your core. Feel your stomach when you breathe. Feel your thighs. This is a very intimate process, but the intimacy is in you becoming intimate with your body. Feel the lower parts of your body. Sit in it for a few moments. Become grounded. Feel that you are grounded and speak from that place of grounding. When you speak from a place of grounding, you are speaking from the pit of your throat, which is where your actual natural voice resides. When you speak from a place of grounding, you should notice a difference in your voice immediately, because the vocal presence will have moved from wherever it is right into the pit of the throat, and the sound will be coming out differently. If you don't have the perception to notice the difference in sound, then practice speaking for about 5 to 10 minutes from this place of grounding. What you're doing is warming up those vocal cords in the pit of the throat, and by that time, 5 to 10 minutes of talking, they'll be warm enough that you can notice the difference. And to develop a rich, full, solid sound, this is done by practicing speaking from this place of grounding from the pit of the throat. It all comes down to practice. The only practice that you need to do is simply becoming grounded, breathing, speaking from that place of grounding, from the pit of the throat. Just simply talking every day, and in no time, your sound is going to be coming out really nicely. If you want to do other techniques that you've heard from people that have said that have worked, by all means, go and do them. But if you do not speak from this place of grounding, you're going to be working out muscles, I don't know where, depending on what kind of exercise you're doing. And if you keep on practicing those techniques not from a place of grounding, you are going to develop a distorted sound. It's not going to be your natural sound, and it's not going to be the best sound that you can produce, because the best sound that you can produce is from the pit of the throat. There are 2 things that I will recommend. I don't know if they're really exercises. They're more so ways of helping to develop that grounding and that pit of the throat vocal presence. See, if you're having trouble becoming grounded or feeling the vocal presence in the pit of the throat, one reason that could be why is because there's too much tension built up in the throat. There's too much buried emotion and memory that is sitting there because you haven't expressed and let it out. It's sitting here, all over here. A very unconventional way of letting it out is screaming. Screaming like it's the last thing that you're gonna do. Screaming so that it all comes out. It's a very gross way of letting it out. The best way is to express yourself as you're feeling it. But if for whatever reasons you haven't been letting it out, screaming will do the job. So when you scream, you're releasing all that stuff, and these pathways, these airways, the muscles will all open up. And even down here, it'll open up. You'll be able to feel the airflow go through much better. Your head will be clear, and you should be able to feel the presence move from wherever it is back to the pit of the throat. The second thing that I will recommend is singing loudly. Not screaming loudly, but singing where the volume is up a little bit. And what this will help with is if you're having trouble maintaining a grounding presence, then you'll be singing so damn loud that even if the presence moves, you're singing so loud that you're most likely working out those muscles in the pit of the throat. So this is kind of a compensating thing. If you can sing loud with the grounding presence from the pit of the throat, you are going to be doing yourself phenomenal service. You're going to be doing a great vocal workout, and your sound is going to develop very quickly, very nicely. Let's all practice being grounded and speaking from the pit of the throat so that we're all speaking with our best, natural, sexy voices, because it's so much more fun that way. This is our time.